Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm here with my analysis on the Kings 11 Punjab releases. Kings 11 Punjab was a team that was very well built last year. They did a good job at the auction, a new captain at the helm in KL Rahul. They traded Ravichandran Ashwin, who was their former captain. That was a surprising move for a lot of the teams, but they did the move. They saw Rahul as their future captain. The team looked really strong and they started off very well as well, but through the tournament there was a little bit of a dip. They had some bad games. They could not finish the games. They had one umpiring issue that they had to face and lost a game because of that. All of this added up and Kings 11 Punjab's overall performance for the year was way below average. What they did in terms of releases was release a lot of players, a total of 9, which is pretty high, I would say. They had a good contingent, but they now are thinking and moving in a different direction, looks like. The biggest of their releases was the hard-hitting batsman Glenn Maxwell. Maxwell was someone who was bought in for a defined role. He was going to be their finisher. I think he did not live up to the expectations that Kings 11 had from him, and that is what led into him being released. Maxwell has had like a mixed IPL career all along. He's had a couple of very good years and then he's been very average in some of the years. So looking at that, I did not expect honestly for him to be released, but his lack of performance and the price tag that he holds may have been a couple of reasons why he got actually released. We'll see what happens at the auction, but I have a feeling there will be a lot of interest for Glenn Maxwell. I want to say there's a chance that someone like a Sunrisers Hyderabad may want him because they have struggled a little bit on the finishing area. Chennai obviously is rebuilding, so they need players. They will keep an eye on Glenn Maxwell's auction stock on the day, and RCB also had some struggles finishing the innings, so they may also keep an eye on Glenn Maxwell. He is a very dynamic player and he can win you the game on his own on a particular day if he fires, so he may be an asset definitely for a lot of the teams that are going into the auction. Next up is the West Indies quick bowler Sheldon Cottrell. This is a player who started off really nicely last IPL. He opened the bowling for Kings 11, but as the IPL progressed, his performance started going down. He wasn't in the best of the form as the IPL progressed, and that was the reason why he got dropped as well from the team. They had the emergence of their new fresh face, the left arm pacer from Punjab, and I think he's going to still continue to be someone who's going to be a very helpful bowler for Kings 11 Punjab through the times that they do in the next couple of seasons. So I'm hoping for big things on that front. Sheldon Cottrell, there's a chance that he may get picked up by some team because he still brings that swing bowling capability. He can take wickets up front. He is not really a death over specialist bowler as such, but I think his bowling up front may be helpful for someone. I think Rajasthan Royals is one place where he could potentially land if they don't find other fast bowlers through the auction or through trades. Next one, which was I think a surprising but expected move, was Mujeeb Rahman, I would say, from Afghanistan. He is a good player. He's played a lot of the league cricket. He's been doing well, but the setup that Kings 11 Punjab has, he did not really have too many chances, and whatever chances he got, he wasn't able to capitalize on them. So he has had good seasons with Kings 11 before, but he didn't have a very good season last time around. He's a mystery spinner. He's definitely going to be picked by some team. I think there will be a good fight for getting Mujeeb on the ranks because he's very young. He can give you a lot of years of good spin bowling talent. He's growing, in stature. He's working very well with his other Afghanistan spin bowler Rashid Khan in the international arena. he's doing really well, and I think he's going to grow as a player, and he's going to help Afghanistan cricket go into their next stage and be successful in the international arena. He's a big player for Afghanistan, and he will be a big player for whoever picks him up. The next player is the South African fast bowler Hardik Pandya. Did not get too many chances. I have a feeling he may not get picked this IPL. He may be someone who may be kept an eye on for like an injury replacement in the future, but at this auction I have a doubt he'll get picked. He has done well, but the good performances of his have not been in the recent years. He is reliable. Can he be someone like an Anrich Nortje was for Delhi Capitals? We don't know yet, but if some team picks him up, they may want him to bowl in the death, because he has that capability to bowl in the death overs and be successful over there. My prediction for him, I think, is that he may not get picked this year's IPL. Next time is the New Zealand all-rounder Jimmy Neesham. Jimmy Neesham is a dynamic player. He can hit those big sixes. His bowling has been below par in the recent past, but again, he's an all-round capability bowler, batsman combination, left-handed batsman, right-handed fast bowler. He can be helpful to some of the teams. I think he should get a buyer for himself this IPL auction because of the capabilities he brings. Another thing that is very, very funny about Jimmy Neesham is that his social media is really funny. So if you don't follow him, go follow him, and you'll have a lot of fun. He has some very witty and funny comments about all the current affairs that's going on in cricket or otherwise. So Jimmy Neesham, I hope he gets picked and he's able to provide value to the IPL. I think he's an exciting player to watch. Next up is Krishnappa Gowtham. He's been with the Kings 11 Punjab for 3-4 years now. He did excellent set of performances in the last couple of years, but last IPL was by his standards a little average. He didn't really get too many wickets, and I think that was a problem, and he was seen as one of the finishers, but he wasn't able to perform to that capability. But being an Indian all-rounder, he could be an asset to teams, and I think there will be interest for Krishnappa Gowtham. I don't see him going unsold. Where does he land is something that is yet to be seen, but hopefully someone picks him up, and I think he can provide value batting lower down the order and bowling his four cut-off spin overs. He can actually even bowl with the new ball and get wickets up front. He is a good player, and he should get picked. Next up is Karun Nair, Indian batsman who was at the peak of his form, I want to say 2-3 years back, but now his stock has gone down a little. Overall, he did not get any chances with Kings 11 Punjab as such in the last IPL. He hasn't proved himself in the recent past. The recency bias may play into his getting picked or not. He's someone who's a stable guy. He can give you that innings which binds the whole inning together. He can be a number 3-4 batsman for a team and take the innings forward. But is there a team that is looking for something like that on their setup is yet to be seen. I would think that there's a 50% chance that he may not be sold this IPL. That's unfortunate for Karun, but I think that's possible. That's a possible outcome for him this auction. The next player in consideration, but who got released, was Jay Suchit. Jay Suchit is another all-rounder, very close to the capabilities that Krishnappa Gowtham provides. He had a successful season with Mumbai Indians. That's when his stock rose. He got picked by Kings 11 Punjab, but he hasn't really had too many chances with them. I think that's the catch. He was a backup option for them behind Krishnappa Gowtham, and he hasn't really proven himself in the recent past. He is a good player. He's been performing well for his home state in the local Indian tournaments, but is that enough? Will he do well enough in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy to warrant a place and a bid at the auction is yet to be seen. Again, he's an all-rounder, but he has a lot of competition that he's dealing with. Someone like a Pawan Negi provides very similar type of capabilities. So let's see if he gets bid for. So open question on him. There's a chance I want to say that maybe someone like a Kolkata Knight Riders could use him as a spin bowling all-rounder. Will he be picked is something that is going to be seen in the auction. I hope he gets picked. He's a good player. I think he can be useful and he can show his capabilities this IPL given a good run. And the last player that got released was Jasinder Singh. He is a hard-hitting batsman. He's 28 years of age. The unfortunate part about him is that he hasn't really had chances within the teams that he's participated with. He was with Mumbai Indians, didn't really get too many games. He was with Kings 11 Punjab, but hasn't really gotten games to prove himself. He's been doing well in the domestic tournament, but not getting games in the IPL hasn't helped his cause. He has had some great experiences being in those dressing rooms with these stellar players, but I think it's now time that people and the teams may look back and think that he hasn't really performed because of lack of opportunity. Will he get picked is an open question, because there are a lot of new emerging players coming up who are young and they can do the job of the finisher. So I have a feeling that he may get unsold this year, which is very unfortunate, but I think that may happen for Tajinder. So that was my analysis for Kings 11 Punjab. As the season comes close, right, the main players for Kings 11 Punjab are still going to be KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal as openers. Gayle is always a player who is dynamic and who can change the game by himself. So we'll see what happens, and if Kings 11 Punjab can improve their performance, they will need to have a good auction. They have a big purse to work with. Hopefully they can get in a couple of good all-rounders and finishing batsmen at the for the 5, 6, 7 slot. Their keeping responsibility is with KL Rahul, so they should be good on that front. Nicholas Pooran is someone who's been successful for them. He will be a key player for them in this IPL. I think they need a couple of good bowlers from the auction and one finisher at the lower order, and I think they should have a good performance in this IPL. I'm very hopeful for this team. They are a good bunch of players, but it's just that they've not finished games for the franchise. If they can focus on that, I think they will definitely be in the top 4 this year. So that was my analysis for Kings 11 Punjab. Next up will be Chennai Super Kings. This is a team that has been highly successful in the IPL, but last IPL was absolutely different for them. Nothing worked out for them. They got a lot of slack for their approach of having a lot of veterans in the team. Everybody was very critical about the fact that the average age of the group that Chennai Super Kings have put together is very high, and they need like exuberance of youth. Will they be able to get that through the auction, and what were the releases by Chennai Super Kings is what I'll share with you on the next video. Stay tuned and continue to watch this series of videos that I'm running for all the IPL team releases for IPL 2021. If you like my content, give a like, share my video with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and we'll continue to connect more through comments, and you can post your comments on what you think Kings 11 Punjab should do under this video. Thank you so much for watching.